Dreamers Welcome Podcast.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. We back in the motherfucking building, live in Moves Media. I go by CEO PESO, blessed and highly favored. Got one of my companions that literally seen me do this shit from day one. I think I seen him start the shit from day one too. Now I think about it. Now I just threw it out there. We both started at the same time. Man, this nigga, like I said, 15 years and plus, nigga, we been rocking, following each other, doing this shit. I got my nigga ICY on the platform.
Good, man.
G, appreciate you coming through.
Know.
It's always a blessing. We've been trying to set this up. The schedule. I've been off and on. I ain't gonna lie, I had to tweak my shit to get it right because now I'm flowing through it better on the broadcaster vibe. But what's up with you? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm blessed, bro. I really can't complain, man.
Yo, you saying that very confident, like you can't complain.
Yeah, I really can't, bro. Like, you feel me? Like you said, bro. Like, shit, you know me from back in the G. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was, you feel me? Like, so shit, to see you now, to see me and everybody around us that then came from, you know what I'm saying, where we come from and the things that we've experienced, man, I can't complain.
Hey, man, G, shit, you saying it like that is crazy because, like I said, so many years down the line, seeing where we at doing the thing we do, and it's a lot of other motherfuckers we been doing this shit with.
Yeah.
That's dead in jail or just down bad, you know what I mean? So that is a blessing just to see us like here with it, you know what I mean?
Blessing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, even just like the situations we used to just be around, to be completely honest.
Bro, no fucking clue why. I mean, I get how I got around some of this shit.
Yeah, you kind of just inherited the shit.
Yeah,
we was around
by
and
association.
Shit just, already know how that shit happened. But like I said, just the environment we was around and the shit that we was doing and a lot of shit. Niggas was really, you lucky to still be around here because a lot of motherfuckers don't make it from what we experienced. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit that we was really in for real. Like,
and just to not be as easily influenced around that shit because you know the profession a lot of our peoples had back then. I was broke and seeing the money they was getting, but I still didn't let it get to me of like I
mean, I can say that I was one of those guilty people that was around and, you know what I'm saying, doing all that, but I can honestly say, like, you stayed down and you never came outside of who you were. To, you know what I'm saying, just to fit in with the next niggas that we was doing, like, real shit. Like, shit, I remember the first day meeting you.
Where?
Granny's house.
Oh, I had to know it's Granny's.
Granny house.
Yeah.
Granny house when we was recording, and remember we came in there and we probably like 15, 16 at the time. We all had straps. Remember, we was playing around with guns and shit.
Granny had came out.
Yeah, we playing around. You like, hey, man, put them down. We like,
I'm telling y'all niggas had fucking what's them guns called? Y'all had some old shit, revolvers.
Everybody had old revolvers, 22s. But man, you feel me? It was like that though.
Hey, I still don't know how that shit was happening, and then the respect level was like, all right, y'all niggas know not to pull no shit on me. Yeah. I know not to take y'all niggas as serious like that.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't like nervous or afraid. I just was like, hold on, this ain't no Trotwood vibe over here. Like, this shit totally different though. Yo, man, let me ask you though, man. So what do you remember about just being back in the G, like Granny's garage and just starting the whole music aspect period? Like,
oh shit. Bro, nigga could see your dedication and you was like, it was crazy because you was like a real damn engineer.
Boy,
no matter the setup was, you feel me, it was on some beginner shit. You had the booth though. It was some shit that a nigga really hadn't experienced before because that was my first time really rapping. I had never even did nothing before. I had came in there and did the hook with Booter, Trey and T Heard.
So you wasn't fully even into the artistry yet of like.
Oh, I just wanted to be on a song.
Yeah.
You feel me? I just wanted to be on a song on the real side. Like, damn, I just want to be on a song one time. Like,
shit.
Hear myself in the club and just turn. Like,
yeah, because it was so easy to get shit played back then.
It was easy back then. And you was getting love. You play some shit, that shit would go crazy. So I just really wanted to be on a song, to be completely honest. And them niggas was like T Her had wrote a hook. I remember that shit like it was yesterday, to be completely honest. T Her wrote the hook. Trey Booter and them, they did a verse, and they like shit, you feel me? I see you gonna do the hook. I'm like, bet. Bet.
I low key remember that. Like, it's been so many fucking days I've been in the garage, but that particular time, I know it was like summertime or something.
Yeah, it was summertime.
Yeah.
We pulled up, feel me, came through a little gate on the side, through the garage.
I call that shit the green gate. He like, yeah, man, the infamous green gate.
Yeah, we came through the gate. We was in there just wilding, playing around and shit, guns and shit, just on some jerk kid shit. Yeah. And then I think from then on, bro, niggas just was like fucking with you, like, oh yeah, that shit came out hard. You feel me? It could have been weak for real. Like we didn't have a clue.
I think though it was just the having the access to the studio like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But what I really appreciate about y'all coming through was y'all was helping spread my name in the areas that I would never even been at or never even heard of for real. So I started peeping that shit, and that's why I was so fond of y'all coming. Like, all right, yeah, bet, like niggas and dropping the studio, because at the point it got from whoever had called me to come to now y'all always get my personal number. And y'all was coming and bringing whoever y'all was with. So it just was a ongoing factor though. So man, so basically you answered the other question. So you was just coming, you just want to get on a track though, but your peers was there, your influence, like Wooder and
real shit. Records. Like I really wasn't like I've always fucked with music and shit, and I always liked and shit. Nigga used to like write little raps and shit, but I never really like put that shit out there and wasn't caring to be a rapper for real. And then shit, Wooder started buzzing, boom. Wooder used to tell me like, Icy man, like, you should rap, nigga. Like, her niggas used to be like, Icy, you should rap. Like, you got the swag, you feel me? Like, you should rap. And I'm like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. Because I've always been on some shy shit, to be completely honest. So I was just like, shit,
shy nigga with a revolver, all right.
I was like, shit, I never was fucking with it. And then Wooder, like, he opened up for Gucci.
I remember that Foundry.
It was Hair Arena.
Oh yeah.
It was
because he had a crazy ass recap video. Yeah, I remember that.
It was Hair Arena.
But Gucci was at Foundry though. That was probably way before that. And I remember the Hair Arena joint.
We was at he like Icy, like, shit, man, I'm gonna do the song with you. You feel me? We gonna rock that motherfucker. Me and you. I'm like, all right, fuck it. All right, bet.
First time on stage.
Scared as fuck. At a real life concert.
At Hair Arena?
Yeah, you at a concert.
That's
for real.
city stadium status. Like, performing at the Hair Arena.
Shit. So shit, I did that with bruh. I'm like, I fuck with this little rap shit. Boom, like, all right, cool. And Wooder used to have beats and shit. And he'd be writing shit and he'd be like, shit, write a verse to this. I'm like, all right, bet, boom. And shit, you feel me? I come through, fuck with you. That's when Wooder was starting the whole Hungry Determined shit.
Yeah.
Because at first we was just going off the little MGG shit. Everything was cool. Niggas was buzzing off that. Then Wooder was starting the Hungry Determined shit because he was really
taking
buzzing.
He
was popping for real. So shit, bro, he used to put me on shit, all that, like Married to the Money, all that shit, H1N1, all that shit.
Man, you was equivalent to, man, who was doing that? That's a terrible example. But like when Fetty Wap had Monty in the Remy 1738.
You know what bro used to say though? Bro used to be like on some shit like bro, I can't do this shit without you. You like, but we like Gucci and OJ. We like Gucci and Juice Man.
That's how it felt though. Like it'd damn near be a no brainer if you in there and y'all curating the track in the booth.
Bro, he used to really say that shit like we like Gucci and Juice Man, bro. Like,
G shit. That's a fact.
And I used to be like, all right, like fuck it. So once I start fucking with the music for real, now I really wasn't expecting that shit to really like
take
do nothing for real. I just was like, shit, I'm fucking with bruh. The niggas was like, then I start hitting you up on my own. Like,
that's what I was saying.
Feel me? I'm fucking with G Money, but I've been knowing G Money since we was like 5-6 years old.
Yeah.
So when I seen bro was doing beats, I'm like, he got fire. You feel me? I started putting my own little songs together. I'm like, burning you down, like, well,
nigga, get that in-house producer.
Yeah, I'm like,
put this shit
I'm
on
trying
wax.
to be in the stew. You feel me? I'm trying to be in the stew. It was crazy. And that shit just took off for real. And then for real was what really got me for real jumping was nigga them high schools and shit.
Yeah,
them kids was fucking with me so heavy,
bro. I feel like doing music now for niggas that's in high school is damn near harder to get on or get popularized in music. Hard, because I feel like in our era when we was doing it seemed so easy, or it seemed like just it was pumping the mixtapes, and it was easy, but that shit was you really had to be saying something, or you had to have a nice little banger. But everybody, for real, the city was flooded with talent at that time. It really was.
You had niggas from older niggas like Chaos, Ready, all them niggas, like shit, legends for real. Then you had like young niggas that was like me and Buddha,
MGG, 100 Tournament, Trendset.
You had Rail,
BBM,
you had BBM, you had all the clique niggas. You feel me? Everybody had their own clique and shit was doing. Everybody started doing music. Then after shit, niggas start forming shit. You had young niggas like Celis and
King,
Dre, and all them niggas like you. Them niggas was really hard.
Them was all influence off of us and what we was doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you could hear it in their sound and what we was doing. It was crazy though that we was really influential at that point in time, is because we really didn't notice what we was doing. Yeah, we was just making music, to be completely honest.
And the crazy thing too is when I be talking to some of them now, like we was like, I was like 18, 19 doing this shit. Yeah, a lot of the youngins was like 12, 13.
Nigga,
like crazy.
When we started fucking with Celis was like 12.
Yeah,
no
bro.
Cap. He was like 12, 13.
Yeah, I remember when he first started coming uptown to record, he was getting dropped off, and that nigga, like, Celis been in it for a minute.
He been in it for a minute,
bro. Like, I remember that shit vividly.
I remember taking this nigga to the A to motherfucking, he grown now, so I can say this shit. But I remember taking this nigga to the A to the core DJ shit. Mm-hmm. Feel me? We all went to the A. I think Buddha was already in a situation at that time, and me, Vonnie, him, Low, we all went down there, nigga, and Celis was a kid. We was getting him drunk.
But bro, I remember Celis smoking. Like, I don't remember him drinking, but when he was uptown, I mean, it just seemed like,
but he was young.
But he was just so with the shits.
I remember. Like, okay. You know who else I remember back then? And they was and they wasn't even rapping. He probably was rapping, but he was more so on the like engineer shit. Yellow Pain. I remember recording with them niggas I remember with Celis, Dre, all them niggas. I used to be at his house, like literally, like, cuz come from a real ass situation, like.
Yeah. Yellow was telling me one time how he started off just straight engineering, and he was producing and shit too, and he got it, bro. He got a hell of a story that honestly he ain't even really. He cracked the surface, but he ain't really got in detail of what
he don't. He ain't. Now I've been following, bro, and I be like, it's crazy, and I love to see him doing his thing, but like you said, he ain't even cracked the surface on the story or really told, like, cause bro, I remember Cuz was on some young shit, bro, but he was in there grinding, like
getting it done.
You feel me? Getting it done, and you see the surroundings and shit, bro. Like he was in there making something out of nothing. Yeah, that was the real shit. And I salute him forever for that shit. But we was a big influence, bro. Like, and it's crazy that that you say that we really didn't realize what we had on our hands. And I just had this conversation with Rail it's like a month or two ago when we was all out. Yeah, and I just had the conversation with Rail, and I was like, man, like, shit, Rail don't even realize like what he did and what you did for a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, y'all niggas really, y'all made a lot of niggas. I ain't gonna say careers, like, but you can say careers.
We helped out.
Y'all provided a platform for niggas that didn't know nothing about music, know how to start this shit, don't know shit. Like, bro, y'all niggas put a lot of niggas on to be able to put their shit out there and even gain that little notoriety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can speak for myself for sure. Like I said, bro, put me in that shit, and like, nigga, I remember nigga picking you up like you like, bro, I ain't got. Come on, nigga, we
let's
gon'
go.
You feel me? Like I remember niggas
say.
on some real life shit. Like nigga, we used to ante up so you can be able to have your, you know what I'm saying,
all the joint
computers and all that shit.
Bro,
like,
the camaraderie we had back then, like all y'all was just I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like everybody who I was either working deals with or had to just be that truthful with. Y'all niggas came through, but y'all shit niggas knew the assignment of like, man, we can't record if PESO ain't got it. And I wasn't even asking for a lot, but I'll be honest, like shit, nigga, like I know the ways of how I was trying to get better with the shit. You know, me and Mo was neck and neck.
Yeah.
He had unrealistically like became like competition when I ain't want it like that. But I'm like, damn, I'm low key taking his clientele.
Nah, for real.
And it was getting
because when you first
first
starting that shit. Niggas was like, Mo beats.
That was it.
Like, yeah, that's all you ever heard. But that was all for real. Mo had all the older niggas, like I said, Chaos, the Reddies, the Marco,
275.
Yeah, you had
DVH.
He had all the older niggas. G Phil, all them niggas, bruh. And then like shit, you was our generation I was just thinking,
that's crazy though. Like I was the Mo Beats of us.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
Shit when you started to develop certain shit, we like. Shit, we on to something at this point.
Yeah.
Rail seen it, then we all seen it, and so shit, it was nothing to be like shit. And that's just the type of nigga that I've always been, you know what I'm saying? When nigga ask me for something or nigga ask for help and I see you ain't just on no lame ass jerk shit, you feel me? I'm always down to help a nigga and shit. Cause like you said, bro, this shit, you had it, so it was able for us. It made it for us to be able to do what we needed to do and shit. And we made that shit happen.
So all right, so let's go into was the first Campus Crashers?
Campus Crashers.
Let's go into that. So why Campus Crashers, and then just tell me how that feeling was putting that together, putting it up.
Shit, man. To be honest, Campus Crashers was my life at that time. To be completely honest,
literally,
man.
Like matching with the name.
That was it. Like me, Lenny, like. And Quan, you feel me? A couple other niggas. Streets. But we used to, streets, bro. We used to really be like on college campuses going crazy, like having the time of our life, you feel me? Doing our thing. Having fun.
Wasn't nothing else to do.
Yeah, wasn't nothing else to do. So we was everywhere for real. College parties, blah, blah, getting into fights with niggas, doing a bunch of shit. So that was just us. Like, we was always on Wright State, Central State, all that shit, you feel me? Yep. Cincinnati, NKU. We was everywhere, you feel me?
NKU.
Yeah, literally. So we used to be everywhere, bro. And Ohio State, this one, Daquan, you feel me? He was going, bro, we used to be up there. So Campus Crashers, like, one day Lo said the shit like off the movie Wedding Crashers. He like, nigga, we campus crashers. I'm like,
that go
hard. I'm like, that's hard. Like, so shit. As I started like making music and shit, but for real, I'm like, for real, like motherfuckers to tell you like shit. I was still in the streets for real, like, so I was like, I'm doing music, like as we was doing music, but shit, we was still like this
back and forth.
Yeah, what we was really rapping about, we was really living and doing this shit. So like, but at the time, like on my free time, I'm partying, having fun. You feel me? Like, so it was like, damn, Campus Crashers, like we ain't got no business being on these campuses and shit. We having stupid fun time. Like Campus Crashers, all right, cool. But I didn't even realize how big that brand really was.
Bro, that shit was
I was
just
making music because I'm just making music. But like, and then once I go, I'm like, shit, all right, cool. I'm like, I'm gonna drop a mixtape. Like, boom, I'm making all these songs and all. Then I remember just being on your ass heavy, like PESO, bro, I'm trying to be in the studio like every day. I'm like, you like, bro, I can't even get you in, or I'm like, bro,
you was on it.
I used to be on it like heavy. Then I'm like, bro, we gonna put out a mixtape, nigga. I remember recording at Polo House in the garage when he set up the studio in the garage.
Yeah, that's when we got kicked out from Olive.
Yeah,
with the P house.
Yeah, we was at
in there.
We used to be in there. We recorded some of it over there. We recorded a lot of it, of course, on Germantown. Uptown. That's the two places we record. I think we did like the last, like we did Reflection. I remember recording Reflection at Polo House.
Did we?
We did that at Polo House, summertime, garage up.
Yeah.
He had the booth in that motherfucker. It was hot as fuck.
Hot as
I
shit,
knocked that out,
man.
and I couldn't get my verse down for shit. Like, without that shit ended up being so hard.
Man, shouts out to Fago. Y'all shot the video at UD, right?
Yup.
Yup.
No, we shot it at Wright State and UD.
Okay. And Dealer was on that motherfucker.
Dealer was originally on it.
Yeah, well,
Dealer was originally on it. Cause I'm like, back then we just was throwing anybody on the song for real. Like, shit, fuck it. Like, bro,
like,
you want a
niggas
verse?
doing
Like,
whatever, yeah.
and bro, I'm like, bro, you talk your shit. You feel me? He like, bet. Like, so I had put bro on it. But then when we went and shot the video, nigga didn't show up to the video, and he was, so then I ended up having to like take him off the I took his verse off the video, but he was still on the mixtape. Yeah.
Typical industry shit.
Yeah,
Nowadays.
that's
Like,
exactly how shit really happened.
Couldn't make it to the video, but we're gonna keep you on the mixtape.
Yeah, that is exactly how shit happened. But that's crazy, like how we was doing that shit back then.
Bro, it's literally a number of things niggas was doing. Like, even with me, bro, I was like micromanaging and doing a lot of shit, multitasking, and really, bro, I'm going off of just the vibe of just loving this shit.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to tell you too, bro, is, man, your passion for that shit picked up quick. Like, you turned rapper to artist quickly though. Why you think it was like that for you? Like, what gave you that drive of like, nigga, I'm on this shit?
I for real, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. That shit was just fun to me.
Yeah.
It was like a escape for me. Like, feel me? Like, I be telling niggas all the time, like I used to be telling niggas all the time, I'm like, if you listen to Campus Crashers like hard enough, like, you probably hear phones ringing in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I'm like, but that's really shit. I'm like, that was my escape from everything for real. Like, that was my escape from all that shit. Like, nigga, I was dealing with like baby mama problems and all types of shit for real at that point. Like, on some young shit, 19, 20 years old. I was dealing with all that shit, and I was like, I'm making music and I'm still in the streets, but I'm still like, I fell in love with the music for real, and I was like you said, bro, I turned artist real quick, but it was for real, what really kept me pushing that shit was the love from the people.
Yeah.
The love, like, when you be out, you pull down on nigga, and they be like, nigga, I was just banging your shit. Now you like, damn, like, I'm like, damn, that's hard.
It fucked me up when homie tweeted, it had to be earlier this year, yeah, I was off this shit every morning before school.
Bro, niggas hit me with that. I swear to God, go through my shit, bro. Niggas hit me with that all the time.
Cause I hosted it, and that was like definitely like a top 10 mixtapes that I did though. Cause the theme of it made sense. Man, I used to go in on hosting mixtapes.
Yeah.
Like, I used to make that shit make sense. Like,
hell
what is it called? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Campus
and then
Crashers.
we did the Campus Crashers shit, and then you put the How High skits in there. I was like,
and that shit, I mean, far as just on the local scale, the way we was doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, shouts out to Skano, but I don't think Skano was hosting tapes like that. I don't know who else was. You got Swift, whoever else that be DJing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our golden era. That was a great fucking time.
That era was something crazy, but like I said, it was so much talent during then. Like, to be completely honest, bro, you would be at the studio recording your shit, and it's 10 other niggas just waiting, and you know what I'm saying, like, just kicking it for real. Like, it'd be 10 niggas, so you could be like, bro, hop on this, like, bro, do this, or da-da-da, like.
Bro, that's how that shit used to be, literally, like, from Granny's house to Uptown. Like, I remember at Granny's house, I'd be recording, and it'd be niggas just parked on the side of the street, because that's where I had y'all parking at.
Yep, on the side.
And then, but then even Uptown, when we had that, it was, small house, so we had 3 rooms, so we'll shut the studio door.
Yeah.
You walk out, and it's like oh, you in here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like niggas in there playing Madden and shit.
Fuck
yeah,
it, jump
bro.
on it, and then it was a lot of talent, bro, and everybody. It was like a brotherhood, to be completely honest, bro.
It really was.
It was something crazy,
like,
man.
And let's not throw that out there loosely, a brotherhood, but it was literally, like I said, the camaraderie of like we knew who was doing genuine shit, like
Facts.
how y'all niggas was looking out.
Facts.
Compared to the other fugazi niggas
Facts.
or whatever,
Yeah,
but the niggas who, like you said, the brotherhood showed in the music, in the recording, in the mixtapes, like, and I looked at it like shit is as much effort as y'all was putting in to, you know, make sure I was straight, throw me the money, picking me up when I ain't had no car or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, bro, I gotta throw this mix on it, and I just. You know what I mean? It's your old interview, but I just remember like, damn, like I'm literally just became a one-stop shop on accident.
Nah, facts.
Recording.
I remember when you was recording off the goddamn
the flip.
Yeah.
Man,
and I'm like, Peso, I need you to record me a video.
Yo,
you like,
look.
well, I'm like, you like, I don't really know how to work this shit like that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I need one of them like in studio videos, my nigga.
We
like,
was in
I
the
need
car,
one of them.
bro, that shit I just showed you. I was going through my old YouTube clips. I'm like, oh shit, like flip camera era. I had like 4 flip camera videos, and that shit was probably like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn, that shit was classic, man.
It was. That shit was legendary, to be completely honest.
Hold on.
We did some tight ass shit. And and to be completely honest, niggas was before they time.
Yeah, I mean, definitely was though. But then what I realized was saying that is some people didn't really realize how to utilize it. Cause Dez was a nigga that was a super ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time.
And I'm not to single him out, but Rail, obviously, he was, Mike D. It's just how people utilize it for that shit to, you know.
Rail was ahead of his time for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Rail was on some.
At this time when he was 14.
Yeah, literally.
Old soul ass nigga.
Rail was ahead of his time. I think, I believe Buddha was right on time.
Hey man, look.
I believe Buddha a smart ass nigga.
Yeah.
So Buddha was right on time, to be completely honest. A lot of motherfuckers don't realize that shit, but Buddha executed everything in that time being. The only thing about it for real is Buddha didn't take advantage of everything. And I believe with myself as well, and a lot of niggas, I can say to be completely honest, none of us took advantage of what we had going on. And that shit's trickled down from Chaos to Ready to motherfucking me. None of us took advantage of what we really had going on. Like, man. I remember, nigga, I only dropped one mixtape. I dropped one mixtape. I just had a bunch of songs on that motherfucker.
You got some videos in the back.
Yeah, videos and shit. And then motherfuckers offered me a deal with Universal. I remember hitting you up and like, think I should take this? Like, Rod was my manager at the time. Shout out to Rod, my nigga.
Damn.
Yeah, he was like, he sent me, he was looking over the shit. Because he went to school for the music shit and all that shit. I'm like, man, niggas like, sign that shit. And I kept telling niggas, and I'm like, man, like, this shit don't make sense.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
Intuition.
Yeah, and I'm like, so I'm telling niggas, I'm like, all right, boom. They gonna pay for my marketing. They gonna pay for that shit, all that shit, right? I'm like, but niggas ain't giving me no money up front. Cool. I'm like, man, what I look like signing the deal, then I still gotta go out here and bust moves. It didn't make sense to me. Because if I owe y'all 30, 40%, then I know my manager another 30%.
Nigga getting crumbs.
I'm getting nothing. So I'm like, so then if I get bagged doing what I do on my time that I gotta make up for this, it's not gonna make sense. I'm just gonna I'm gonna be a Bobby Shmurda or somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'll be locked up doing what, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, bro, I still gotta be out here busting. Like, what I look like signing a deal, bro, and it just didn't make sense. And for real, that's what really made me give up. Like, it ain't made me give up on it. It just made me like, lose my passion for the music for real. So it was like,
you just felt a finesse that just kind of just turned you off from it.
Yeah, because I was like, this game fucked up.
This
game fucked up. But I had already knew it was a fucked up game. But I'm like,
to get the experience there.
But
though.
to get the experience and you fresh in the experience and you really had no clue, like Rod set me up, like, to be completely honest, for all that shit, bro. Like, I ain't had no clue about no music for real. Like, I ain't had no clue about no music business. Like, Rod put me out there and Rod was like, I'm gonna get you signed. Like,
bro, it's crazy. City was definitely connected with a lot of niggas in the industry.
Yeah.
Like, far as like just that close to, niggas getting deals like niggas singers in the 70s. Like, as far as they know, it was just coming around like that. I'm like, oh damn, these niggas, they looking at us in a sense though.
It was, bro.
So
a lot of niggas don't understand that.
So you said you lost your passion, and then you was deep into what your extracurricular was for the currency.
Yeah.
So what? Because right now you doing a whole different thing from the artistry and everything. So what made the shift happen?
So look, like, long story short, a lot of things had happened. So I ended up moving. From moving out the city, moved to VA. So when I moved to VA, I'm down there just kind of like,
you a civilian.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm like, bro, I'm out of my comfort zone for real. Like,
innocent bystander.
Yeah, I'm coming back home to do what I know best, is because that's all I know for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going back and forth. Then I realized, like, bro, I really gotta make a change, to be completely honest. That's what I moved here for.
Yeah.
So once I moved, I'm like, man. So like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Until this day, I still call her an angel though. I end up like, I was talking to this older chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
She ended up hitting me with the like, so what you gonna do? I'm like, what you mean what I'm gonna do? She like, what you gonna do? Like, you need to do something. You need to go to school. You gotta do something. So I'm like, all right. She like, what you know how to do? I'm like,
she on your ass.
She on my ass though. She was on my ass.
Yeah.
She had her shit. She was established, like military, like head nurse type shit. She was on her shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like,
militant.
I'm like, I know how to draw. Like, I know art. You feel me? Boom, boom. I'm like, she wants you go to school for that. Like, I'm like, all right, man, whatever. So I ended up really like, I'm like, shit, let me take what I know and learn how to and just do what I
turn that into something.
Turn it into something. So I'm like, because at the end of the day, I know I'm a hustler. Like, I know I can sell anything for real.
Hustling can go into anything you do.
It can turn into anything for real. Like,
but I'm just saying you can use that hustling characteristic into whatever.
And that's what I learned how to do for real, is because I'm like, man, I'm a hustler for real. I know how to, I can make anything shake.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to school for graphic design. All I needed them to show me was the platform and show me how to start something up. Boom, I started doing it. It took off. I was like, damn. All right,
shit working out.
Yeah. Then I started to treat it like the trap, to be completely honest. Like,
trap ways.
Yeah.
Designer ways.
Yeah, like, I started to treat it like that. Like, you give them the good product with the good customer service, they gonna keep coming and knocking, and they gonna start telling everybody else. For real, that's how the word. That's
trap
how,
lingo,
yeah.
but send that invoice to you.
Yeah, you feel me? Then you don't start off making that much, but when you start doing your thing, you can raise your prices to whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, because the work speaks for itself.
Yeah,
your
same quality. With your quality is, facts. Like,
it's fire. What you mean?
Yeah. So I'm dropping fire on you. You ain't got no choice but pay me what I want.
Nah,
so
shit.
It grew from that, to be completely honest, bruh. And I really wasn't expecting it to be that though. Like, I really wasn't expecting it to be that, and it grew into something bigger than I could really ever imagine, to be honest, bro. And like I said, like, I just use my hustling ways to turn something into nothing for real. Like, that shit be.
So you already had been blessed with just being able to draw and whatever you was doing on the come up, but that kind of just went obsolete as you got older.
I used to draw and shit as a kid, like a lot. Like, my mom's like a crazy artist. Like, my mom a crazy.
Matter of fact, you had the fire ass on the signature on the wall.
Yeah, and big icy in the
Yo, we still got that wall too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
we went back there and took it out.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, I had the big
niggas
icy, when I did it. Niggas was
the
like,
block letter.
Yeah, like you know how to draw. I'm like, oh yeah.
Nah, this nigga, you turned it up. And you had the one spot where you didn't even touch that. Like, it's just in the corner, top left. That shit was smooth.
I did it. I was like, but man, I always knew how to draw, bro, and it was just something that for real, like I just took advantage of, and
you call Shorty your angel, the way she just made you go in on it
for sure.
Because for her to have an impact on you to make a decision, a committed decision like that, it must have hit you in a way of like, all right, let me go ahead and listen to her. I mean, shit, being in a new city though, I mean, that's the whole point of trying to, dead the old shit. Yeah. You can't go there trying to be your same ways. Yeah. You know, in a sense though. But do you ever miss the artistry? Do you ever miss putting something on wax?
Hell yeah. I be missing that shit. Sometimes I damn near start. I be in the
crib. You still, because G Money only got better.
Yeah.
I
ain't gonna lie. I probably ain't did it like this year. Probably like damn near quarantine. I didn't damn near sneaked on the internet and got to listen to the beats because niggas be like, oh, when we gonna get a Campus Crashers too? And I be like, man, y'all don't want I ain't got nothing to talk about. They be like, bruh, drop that shit. Like, I already know, bruh, niggas still be asking me for music till this day, bruh. And I be like, man, I'm 30, so you feel me? I'm like, I don't got nothing to talk about. But niggas be like, you got something to talk about. Like, look, bruh, look how you living for real. Like, you can really still rap. Like, I'm like, yeah, because a nigga really living cool. So I could be like, all right, cool. I could turn this shit into some other shit.
You know why it work out, though? Just for the fact that, like you said, niggas is living. Niggas got a lot more to talk about off of the life. Yeah. And, I mean, niggas, your perception, you dress, you a par with the artist. Like, it could work out in the sense of, let's define work out as, you don't even got to be how we was looking at Jeezy, T.I., all them back in the day. Yeah. If you just got a solid fan base and you got solid rotation,
that go a long way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. So I mean, it's really ultimately up to you how you want to go about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but that's crazy though.
But to be completely honest, it would have to be. I would damn near have to have a nigga. I would have to have you. I would have to have the same motherfuckers.
Shit.
I would have to have the same shit.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You can't pay me to record.
You can't pay me to rap. That's how I am. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, you can't pay me to rap at this point.
I was telling Railroad that shit. I'm like, bruh, I will not sit in the seat and engineer a nigga. I don't know how I had that in me. I mean, that was definitely passion over everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it was fucking some sessions was terrible.
Yeah, for sure. You get that shit, bro.
Yeah. You know, but we definitely did. I'm proud to just have been a part of an era of the city that's memorable to people though.
Legendary.
Yeah, that shit was legendary. Man, bro. It was just fun. And
a lot of niggas wanted to be a part of that era.
Yeah. And the only way to be a part of it, and then because we still had our separate cliques, but we just all worked together though.
Yeah.
So it ain't like a nigga could not book or could not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just was yeah, bro, it was crazy. And honestly, bro, the tunnel vision was so deep. I don't even know who the fuck else was trying to you know what I mean?
Nah, for real, no disrespect.
Not none at all.
No disrespect. We don't know what y'all was doing, but we know what we was doing.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Shit, if y'all was outside looking in, we just because my shit was rolling a lot of times, bro.
Yeah, and then once you ventured off and you started to do your shit, then that's when it made room for niggas like the Invader niggas, and you had Quentin, and you had Ira, and you had DH, and you had
shouts out to the Invader gang.
Yeah, shouts out to them, cause that's why I be telling niggas you hear, you listen to Campus Crashers, you probably hear them phones ring, cause I used to be in they shit running in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I met Jano. I already knew but a lot of niggas, I met a lot of niggas through them, just I met a lot of niggas through y'all, but just through the music side, bruh, them niggas was different.
Nah, for sure. I mean,
they had the right
name though. They had the right name.
They had their own wave Like, first you nigga be like, come record, fuck with us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll pull up. Boom. Like, I used to pull up on a lot of niggas in a lot of fucked up situations.
But then at the same time, you was just so with the shits of like, because I did kind of throw the scale off when I left though, because I was recording everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember my team was mad at me.
Yeah,
they was
you
sick.
fucked a lot of shit up. To be completely honest, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, bro. Niggas was sick. Like,
but I couldn't do it, man. I had the opportunity to go, and I only looked at it like, shit, nigga, if I'm leaving, I can just only bring this shit back or make it better. Or shit, y'all niggas come down here to me type shit. Like, my expansion was so just needed.
It was.
Like, so, but yeah, I did fuck some
shit. But it opened up the doors for niggas like them. Yeah. To be completely honest. Like,
but going there led me to where I'm at now with everything. Yeah. Like, the people I met, the shit that I was doing. Bro, if I would have stayed in the city, bro, I probably would have been trying to be the next Mitch Alpo. Cause I was just around that shit so much.
Nah, like, for real. It just and that's what I'm saying. Like, shit, maybe if you wouldn't have left, then I'd probably still be doing the same shit. But I, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to once you gone, I'm like, I gotta figure something out around this motherfucker. Like, and probably a lot of niggas. So shit, a lot of shit. Like, I don't question nothing that happened for real, because I believe everything happened for a reason. But shit, a lot of shit probably didn't happen because we needed that shit to happen, or we probably would have been in. We could be telling different stories. But like I said, like that shit turned them niggas. Because when I met them niggas had like DH had some crazy beats, and I used to be in that motherfucker like, what the fuck? Like, it's just y'all niggas. Yeah, they was literally doing their own thing in their own world.
Literally, bro. Literally, like, it's the pack that's at the lunch table over there.
Not to even call them like lame. No weirdos or no lame shit, but them. They was them. Like, when I went over there, bruh, and I'm like, what the fuck? They downstairs in the basement. They had the mic in the corner. Yeah. They had, like, on the, between, like, Ira was giving, like, crazy, like, Bone Crusher vibes for real. Like, he was giving the crazy, that vibe. Yeah, he was giving the crazy shit. DH was giving like the whole, like, he was on some you know who I compare him to? On the Lex Luger side.
Definitely. Lex Luger with a hint of, I can't even say Pharrell, but just a weird angle to it though. Yeah. It was because He had the 808s, and the nigga had the sounds, but that nigga just, his structure of his beats was like, but niggas like us is like, I forgot what I heard from DH first, but I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? Yeah. But it was fire though. Fire. It was like dope, bro.
That nigga used to play me beats, and I used to be like, put that shit on. And they'd play me a song, and I'd be like, jump in that motherfucker and kill that shit. Yep. App used to have some shit, and I ain't gonna lie.
Had Don Mega.
No, I'm saying App used to have songs where I'd be like, I want to get on this shit.
Oh, okay.
It's be like, I ain't even no hating ass nigga or no nigga that act like I used to want to get on nigga songs. Like, that's how I used to be like, damn, I hope he asks me to get on this, because I got something ready for this motherfucker.
Or throw that ad-lib out there, shit. Throw open verse.
Yeah, like, shit, you can't finish that motherfucker. I'll jump on it. Like, I used to be waiting for it. Hey, them niggas used to give me shit, and I used to be like, whew. Like, but niggas will hit me, bro, and I used to pull up anywhere. Not even knowing niggas. Like, I just pull up anywhere, comfortable, like,
just on it though.
Whoever studio, whatever, comfortable and confident. Like, I really wasn't worried about nobody doing nothing to me. Like, not saying that I'm untouchable or nothing like that, but I wasn't thinking about nobody doing nothing to me. It's because everywhere I go, motherfuckers showed me crazy love.
But we didn't even put that type of vibe
out there.
Yeah, and I mean, for niggas to be, I mean, niggas obviously be on your P's and Q's, but niggas ain't on that shit like that.
I remember, I literally remember pulling up on G Fields, and that's my big homie to this day.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy, man.
That nigga, and he gonna drop knowledge to you and do some wild ass shit.
That's our E40.
Yeah, that's our E40. Real shit. I remember pulling up on G Field, bruh. No fucking clue who this nigga was. Like, popped in the car with this nigga, he turned on a beat. Yeah. And he like, we gonna call PESO, we gonna shoot the video tomorrow. Like, we gonna shoot the video today. Like, I'm like, and we went to Mo. dropped the shit same day. He told me he put on a beat. He like, what you got? I'm like, listen to the beat. I think I did the hook right there, like. And you already know how he is. I'm like,
turning it up.
Yeah. He turned it up. I'm like, bet. All right, cool. He like, we about to go to the studio right now.
Yeah.
We in the car. We done got the smoking. Boom. He done got the driving me through the city. I have no clue who this nigga is, to be completely honest, though. You feel me? You already know how he is.
I know.
He done turned on the car and pulled off. I'm like, shit.
But bro, because I think when I shot that video, I barely knew who Phil was. Shouts out to Phil, by the way, man.
Shout out to Big Bruh.
But I barely knew who he was, and I seen you. Well, you was on the record, and I'm like, okay, well, I see know him then.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's all good. Not knowing even know yo
yeah.
Yo side of the story of meeting this nigga though. But
yeah.
But that just showed the influence that we had of of him just.
I remember meeting him in the club. And he knew who I was, but I didn't really know who he was. But I could tell he just wasn't no lame ass nigga. Like,
yeah, he polished.
He pulled down. He like, little bro. Yeah, you feel me? You know, he get the kicking game.
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he get the kicking game to me. Like, feel me? Blah blah blah. Like, shit. We need to do something. We need to work. But I'm like, fuck it. Like, shit just hit me. Everybody had my number. I'll give anybody my number. Fuck it. Let's go. So I got songs that niggas probably still got. If y'all niggas got songs, send them to me, because I just want to hear them shits for real.
Throw back some classics.
Yeah, bro. I remember pulling up on Big Bruh, and nigga, I used to pull up in the most worst. I used to be like, we making music, do. I'm outside, yeah, like fuck it, like shit. But that shit, like, but till this day, like I fuck with all y'all till this day, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Phil still call me like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit, App, Jano, Rail, nigga. I don't see bro all the time, but when I do see him, it is love, and we don't see each other that often. And I haven't seen him in a few years, but DiViazzi.
Oh man, he locked up right now.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't seen him. I figured that,
My
but
guy,
yeah,
man. Damn,
man, it's like I met a lot of niggas just.
Yeah. And then I was intertwined with a lot of people too, just engineering. So, yeah, man. What would you say, man, from that era, that time of your life? What would you say that did for you now, the person you are?
It kept me humble. It kept me like just being true to myself and the real shit, bro. To be completely honest, like. That shit just always kept me grounded to be like I said, bro, I pull up on anybody. Like I made a lot of lifelong friends. Like I said, this shit a brotherhood, to be completely honest, bro. Like this shit, no matter how far I've come in life though, like I remember when we just all had nothing.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit made me to be like, I ain't no better than no nigga, or you know what I'm saying? Like it actually, to be completely honest, bro, like that shit made me open my eyes and be like, I can take something from every last nigga that I meet. Like I can take something from you, and I can. And
that means you got value people that you surrounding yourself with
for sure,
to take
bro.
something from.
I can't say honestly, I can't say that any like during that time, bro. I never really aligned myself or really like ran into too many like fuck niggas, to be completely honest. Till this day, I could be like, oh yeah, I still fuck with bro. Like anywhere I go,
that's a fact though.
I go, niggas still be like my kid, like my daughter 12, bro. She hate going places with me. Cause when they niggas see me, they be like, ICY, my nigga, and it be all love, and I be having to explain to her like, shit, they like. Be like at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
before you was thought of.
Yeah, like, but actually, my daughter was around. She was just a baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm just like, shit. This is like when you put out this kind of love to motherfuckers, like, bro, you gonna be forever loved. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's literally like just setting the tone or standard of like being a person you are. Like you had gave me the acknowledgement, like I didn't let nothing take me off of who I was.
Yeah.
And, that organic person you are, that shit go a long way. The respect level always gonna be there because shit, niggas ain't. I mean, I did my share of bad business before, but niggas ain't never did nothing. Fuckery up. Like, you know what I mean? We cool niggas though. I mean, and like I said, we a staple to what we did though. Yeah,
and even when you like to be completely honest, like I said, like bro, this shit built a brotherhood. Cause bro, I remember getting on your ass plenty of times. Like, like, bro, what is you doing? Didn't you just say that? Like, bro, and if you said that this was gonna happen, like, then nigga, you gotta make it happen. Or blah blah blah. Like. I just remember that shit, but that shows the kind of love and respect I got for you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, and I would have been on lame shit to act like I know it all. Like, trust me, I have known to where a motherfucker try to tell me off. Yeah. And when somebody is literally trying to like just give me the, you know, the view of what if I'm seeing it wrong, then you give me your perspective of like, bro, what are you doing? So it makes sense. I just know who to hear that from when you just know a motherfucker that's trying to, you know, just gas it up or whatever. But so look, we about to wrap up. But I got a question though. What's a good quote that you live off of? A good quote or a good piece of advice that you live off of?
I really wouldn't even say I live off no quote, to be completely honest, bro. But to be completely honest, bro, I live by just doing everybody around me right, bro. Nobody can ever say I burnt them in no kind of way. I treat motherfuckers how I want to be treated. Yeah. So when I walk around here, bro, I don't walk around with no target on my back. I walk around motherfuckers comfortable. Like, I protect myself at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, I ain't looking for no trouble. Yeah. Like, so when I walk around, bro, I don't never really have to worry about it. When I walk around, I get hella love. No matter where I'm at, I could be at the grocery store, be with my kids, my mama, like anywhere. My mama tell you to this day, like, bro, I can't even eat in peace because I always know somebody that walk through that much. Yeah. And niggas show love to me. So I, like, anybody at the end of the day, like, shit, when my time come, bro, niggas are only gonna be able to say, like, shit, he held it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been a nigga who no matter what I got in my pocket or where I'm at in life, like that I treated anybody different. I've always been the same nigga from the time that I met you to this time right now. Literally. And I vouch for it. You know what I'm saying? Like changed. Shit. And I was like 15, 16 when I met you, bro. I'm 33 at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so nigga can't ever say like, man, that nigga switched up on me. Or that nigga got popping and he was on some lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been this same nigga. Like, so shit, bro. I can vouch that. That's a legitimate, man. Yeah, like when it's all said and done, bro, I don't like niggas be like, I'm a real nigga, but I believe I'm the realest nigga that I know. Yeah. You feel me?
That's something I couldn't come to grips with either. Like just being looked at as a nigga that changed or switched up. I mean, obviously you're gonna get that, it's inevitable, but I just know deep down I always just been genuine to who I am. Hell yeah. Like just period. Yeah, for sure. But nah, man, I appreciate you on the platform. Yeah. Gotta get you back on because I'm about to start doing switch ups of like now that they know you, topic discussions and just speaking. You know, just bringing in the new content. Yeah. But man, make sure y'all tune in. Man, I'm gonna drop the follows down below. Man, this is Dreamers Welcome Podcast. Keep on dreaming. We out. Sure.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast.